What's good, everybody, and welcome back to Anime Sundays, the show where we talk about anime on Sundays.
Shit, I'm sorry.
And we're off to a great fucking start.
Hello?
You're watching Anime Sundays.
So sorry about that.
All right. Anyway, we're back. I am your host, Jared Ross, and we got some special guests here for our Anime Sundays on the road. Why don't everybody just introduce herself again?
Space, aka Shimor.
Zaylen at King Royalty, Instagram, Twitter.
Yes, sir. You might have seen some of these guys before for some of my Anime Sundays on the road episodes. Always gotta bring them in for the good One Piece debate topics, which we will be having today. But of course, before we get to that, let's get right into anime. You should be mother watching.
ルルーシュビブリタニアが命じる
So today on Anime You Should Be Watching, we have picked one of those great strategic animes that has even surpassed Death Note. Possibly?
No.
Maybe? Of course not. Zaylen disagrees. Today this segment will go out to the anime Code Geass. Quick synopsis of Code Geass. It centers around the main character, Lelouch v. Britannia, in a world where Britain or Britannia has basically taken over the planet. One of their main new continents that they have taken over is the recent or old Japan, which has been labeled the country 11. Lelouch happens to be native 11, but finesses his way into citizenship of being a Britannian as of he is actually the prince. But basically, long story short, Lelouch grows up as a Britannian, very smart kid. He's kind of just hoping to retake over the world in his own way when he is gifted with an ability known as the Power of the King, which in the anime is called the Geass, where basically if he can look into your eyes, he can control your thoughts, bending your will, and telling you what to do for his own personal gain. With this ability, he kind of just keeps finessing, keeps jugging, and makes his way to the top. And he just starts a major rebellion to freedom of his people, right? He's basically trying to stop Britannia from oppressing the native 11s and the other Japanese people that have been living in this kind of wartime period. What do you think about that, Shamar? I know you're very Code Geass enthusiast.
Lelouch is basically one of the smartest, smoothest main characters in the smart genre of anime. I would put this guy up easily with L from Death Note, if any of you guys seen that out there, and Light, both of them. You know, just any of the smart main characters out there in anime, you can definitely throw this guy in there. It's kind of based off chess a little bit. You know, there's a lot of chess incorporated in it, so if any of you guys like chess, it's pretty well written anime.
One of the tops.
And I highly suggest you guys watch it.
So a lot of you are some real Death Note enthusiasts and don't think that anyone can kind of keep up with L or Kira or all these other guys. But Lelouch is definitely one of those top 3 anime intellects out there. So if you want to watch Code Geass, Netflix actually has Code Geass on its page now. I don't even know if Crunchyroll still has it, but they got, I believe, the 2 seasons out there for all those that like to stray away from the normal battle animes and get a little wisdom in their lives. So check it out. Alright, so now we're going to get into our main topic this week. Today we have a very special One Piece debate fantasy draft.
キッド、ルフィ、ホーキンス、ドレーク
We have a fantasy draft of the worst generation of pirates in the Grand Line against Blackbeard, or also known as Marshall Teach, the Yonko, or one of the commanders of the sea.
Emperors.
I don't watch the show. For no reason at all, literally. How we're going to do this draft is really simple. We're all going to take turns flipping a coin. We're going to start out with our guests here. They're going to flip a coin for first pick. Whoever gets the coin toss will get the first pick, and then the runner-ups will flip for second pick, and we will have a total number of 3 picks in our draft out of the 11 supernovas of the worst generation to solely go up against Blackbeard in a battle to the death. All right, gentlemen, I guess I'll flip the coin. If you guys want to call it in the, okay, you can call it first in the air. I'll call it in the air. Heads. It is tails. Zaylin King has the first pick. Now me and Shamor. Heads again. Tails again. Maybe I'm rigged. No! I will get second pick. Shamor will have the third pick. And what we'll do is we'll go 1 for 1 in that order. So we're going to let Zaylin King go ahead and pick his first person of the worst generation. Who do you guys, Zaylin King? Don't up now.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose Luffy.
Very smart choice. Monkey D. Luffy is Zaylin King's first pick. We got our producer Mark over there. He's writing it all down. He's got it. He's got it. And now, why did you choose the GOAT for your first pick? A couple reasons.
I think that he, in terms of raw power, I think he has a very strong chance of taking a Whitebeard even by himself. Not necessarily winning, but I think that he has a good chance of giving him a really good fight just on himself alone, and with him and 2 other people from the worst generation. I think it's definitely not even a question.
I mean, I agree. Luffy's definitely probably the strongest worst generation pirate out there. As you all seen, he is the most advanced in terms of hockey as well, and definitely probably the smartest first pick. All right, so he picked Luffy for his first pick. I believe I'm the second pick. Since he picked one of the greatest, I'm gonna go ahead and just get my man's Trafalgar Law as my second pick. Trafalgar Law is probably one of the biggest threats out there to a lot of pirates. I mean, it's probably one of the biggest threats to the Emperors. Him and Luffy were messing up everybody's main operation in terms of Kaido and Don Flamingo's operation with the Devil Fruits. And I mean, his Devil Fruit is just one of the most OPs. I mean, the Op Fruit still, to me, I still can't even fully explain it. The man just creates a space and just dismembers everything.
Guys took 2 strongest people, obviously. I feel like I will go with the next strongest person, I believe, which is Zoro. I picked Zoro because, well, come on, he's the vice captain, the Straw Hats. You already know he's a monster. You've seen him. You've seen him with the 3-sword style. And yeah, he's just a beast, So
Zoro's definitely probably one of those top picks. One of 2 people in the worst generation who are not captains, which kind of speaks on its own. I mean, and I think it is a very, very smart pick. Especially since the man is a very good hockey user and doesn't have Devil Fruit power. I think his strength speaks for himself. So we're gonna run it back to Zaylin King with his second pick.
I would take Drake, I think. I think Drake is definitely seems like a tactician. I feel like his time with the Marines might have definitely given him those skills, and he's definitely clearly proven himself in battle as well. So I think that he would be a good addition to the team with Luffy to help him really strategize how to take Blackbeard down. So I think he's just a really cool character in general too. I think strong, smart, and yeah, good addition to the trio.
Drake was, if you guys don't know, a former Marine. He was a former Rear Admiral, which is basically the same level as Vice Admiral, just a little bit under. As we know, Drake has a very interesting Devil Fruit power, Ancient Zone type, which allows him to transform into a T-Rex. From what we've seen him do, he's transformed into a large T-Rex, but hasn't really necessarily shown us the other parts of his zone type transformation. So we can only assume that he can get pretty serious with his ability. And plus, he's a great swordsman, I heard, as well. I mean, one of the top swordsmen I heard out there, especially as a Marine. I'm gonna go ahead for Shamor picks this guy. He's gonna do it.
I was gonna pick him, but
He's gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and pick our man, Captain Kidd, Eustace. Eustace Kidd, as you all know, was one of the formidable pirates in the worst generation. I mean, even in the time skip in the New World, we've seen various alliances he's made, to the various battles he survived in the Grand Line. And I think Kidd's ability is just very useful. I mean, he can control metal. Now, my problem is with Kidd, he doesn't seem like a very bright guy. He seems a little rash. Seems like he kind of just throws his crew into the line of fire. And I feel like if he's dumb enough, he'll just get worked immediately. All right, so Shamor, your second pick. Now that Kidd is out the way.
I guess my second pick would have to be probably Basil Hawkins, for sure.
Basil Hawkins.
Because I feel like his ability is just kind of outrageous right now with coming back to life and like telling fortunes, I guess.
It's a very mysterious ability he has. We know he has a lot of fortune telling type skills. I don't know if it's hockey involved, but he used something called the Tartarus cards, and basically uses it to predict a lot of things. He predict Luffy when he was injured. He predict Kizaru not killing them all on Sabaody. So far everything he's predicted came true. So
I feel like the full extent of that power, because we haven't seen him since then, really. I feel like he could be pretty useful to taking out someone like Blackbeard, and he's more cool-headed. So
yeah, definitely.
I feel like that would be good to my team.
I mentioned the fact that he's got some kind of weird voodoo puppet thing going on with his ability. We don't know if that's his devil fruit. We're not sure exactly yet. But as you can tell, he survived the blast from Kizaru, which means he's just not as sweet as we may think. Okay, so far we got Luffy and who do you got? Drake. I have Law and Kid and Zoro and Bazil Hawkins.
I guess I would go. I was about to say Bad Monk or Rouge, or Mad Monk, but I think I'm gonna go with Killer because he's one of the only ones without a devil fruit. So Blackbeard's his dark fruit wouldn't affect him.
Okay.
So it wouldn't affect his fighting ability at least. I mean, the Tremor fruit would still be a fucking monster, but
you do have Luffy, which is critical. My man's picked Killer. Killer is Captain Kid's vice captain. The man is known as Massacre Killer or something like that. Mad Massacre Killer or something like that. It's a pirate name. The man is a savage, apparently. Now, me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and pick for my third person. I got Law. I got Kid. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Capone Beji as my third. Is that what you're gonna pick?
Yeah, man.
As my third. And it was a hard decision to make. And the reason I picked Capone Beji is Blackbeard, as we've seen, really hasn't been known to be bulletproof per se. I mean, he's kind of found his way around getting shot. But I feel like in a slither of a moment, a cannonball to his face could be critical.
Blackbeard crushed his face with the Tremor fruit.
I mean, I hear you.
That's
I
what
picked
my big
I
thing
picked
was.
Capone Beji.
But you can't like just say like just because of the two fruits, like he was already commander level of the Whitebeard Pirates, like when they spoke about his strength.
Oh, yeah.
He could have easily been a commander.
Yeah, I feel like in a strategy move, Capone Beji could be of a really good resource. I mean, not only is his ability just, kind of making himself, he has a castle ability where he can kind of just store, a large amount of
It's definitely
weapons.
good for like defensive capabilities. I feel like.
I feel like not only is it defensive,
Everyone
it
go
could give.
in, get a good
I feel like
range.
I don't know if we're saying that a part of his ability is having his crew with him, but if it is or isn't, if he's by himself, then it would be a less of an advantage. But if he was, that could just be a huge strategic distraction. I feel like in a moment with Law and Kid, Capone Beji could come up with he could be some type of pivotal point in the strategy.
So I'm gonna go with a Rouge, because Rouge took out one of the commanders, took out one of the sweet commanders.
He did. He take out Charlotte Snack.
We never seen that battle. I don't know how. I don't.
Bounty of 600 million.
He
Charlotte
did it,
Snack.
so gotta give him that. And he was with Kaido when he fell off of Sky Island, so I'm wondering how that all
How he
happened.
survived. One.
And so he must have some smarts. So I'm gonna throw him on my team since they left me with the poo scrap. Zoro, Bazil Hawkins, and Rouge.
And
It's
Rouge,
not
that's not
bad.
bad.
It's not bad.
That's
But
almost-
he took Kid.
But that's almost a little. I mean, here's the thing.
took Kid.
Here's the thing about my
He
lineup.
took.
My lineup's pretty decent. I got Law. I got Kid. But at the end of the day,
Then you have both Law and Kid. That's kind of.
I mean, they're good.
I mean, they were depicted as the top two beside Luffy in the World Generation.
They are up there.
And you have
But we
both.
also don't know their level of
That's what I'm saying. They're the top 3 of the worst generation.
Yeah,
Law,
but we
Kid, and-
also don't know how far they've come in their hockey training. We also don't know if they're gonna be a well working team. I imagine that Kid and Law on the same team and Veggie, it's gonna be hard to get that compatibility and cooperation. I'm just looking at the cons of my pick. Against a man like Blackbeard with raw power, you know, any kind of mishaps could lead to a devastating loss. It's fair to say Zaylon's got the best team with Luffy,
Luffy, Drake, and
Killer. Luffy, Drake, and Killer. I mean, Luffy and Drake together, I feel like is a really good compatible team. And then Killer is just kind of a man that, you know, probably will do his best not to die. I mean, I don't know how well he'll last, but I think he'll hold his own. I mean, you still got a good team though. Zoro and Yarouge and Basil. And we have no idea how crazy Basil Hawkins' abilities are, and he can see the future. That's gonna be critical. So we don't know. We don't even know. I mean, I feel like the not knowing of his potential could help y'all. So that is our fantasy draft today. You guys comment below and, you know, make up your own fantasy. Make up your own fantasy draft and let us know who you think has the better team. Luffy, Killer, and Drake against Law. Who do I got on my team? Kid.
I don't even know who fucking has. Oh my goodness.
Law, Kid, and
Veggie.
against Zoro, Basil Hawkins. There's a lot of names for me. And Yarouge. Let us know who you guys think has the better team. And comment below with your own team. Alright, Anime Sundays, we're out of here. On the road, tune in for next week, where we will try to be at a new location. I'm Jared Ross, aka Pimp Named Luffy, Bust Your Trap. We're out of here.